Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is hautemesstom and thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you are new to my channel, hi, welcome. My channel is all about loving my makeup collection as it currently is, being critical of new makeup releases, and being considerate about the makeup that I do decide to bring into my collection. Today, we're going to be talking about my beauty budget, which I started at the beginning of this year. If you want to know all the rules to my budget, I'll make reference to some of my rules during this video, but if you really want like a more detailed of how it works, go ahead and check out the playlist, because I have a playlist going for this budget. And if you're feeling so kind, I would love to have you subscribe if that sounds good to you. I would love for you to like this video, and if you would like to support me on Patreon, which is part of how I end up paying for some of these products, you can support me there if you so decide to. Hi, welcome. Before we even get into the budget stuff, does it sound like I'm in a toilet? I just wanted to say thank you all so much for subscribing. I am now at the 1K mark, which apparently is the hardest mark to hit here on YouTube. And I can attest to that because it's been 5 years. I'm going to do another video where I talk a little bit more reflectively about hitting 1,000 subscribers and what that's been like and how that felt and how working towards that has been. But that is not this video, but I just wanted everyone to know that I'm very thankful. And the last video that went up, my critical sass that just went up, that was recorded literally the day I hit 1,000 before it happened. And I actually didn't think that it was gonna, I didn't think I was actually gonna hit it that day. So that's why I didn't say anything in that video. But here I am in this video, this first video that I'm recording since. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. It really truly means a lot to me. Okay, it's budget time. It's budget time. I think I'm gonna do it a little bit differently than I had been doing it, because I had been doing like the numbers all up front and then talking about the products that I bought after. But anyway, before we get into all of this, just as a refresher, just because I bought something doesn't mean it's permanent in my collection. And we're going to see that that's true with specifically an item that has already left my collection that I have tested and done videos on. It's already gone. It's already gone. So we're going to talk through all of these things, and we're going to talk through it one by one. Now, you may recall, before we get into it, you may have recalled that the last one of these check-ins, I talked some big game. I said, I'm not even interested in makeup anymore. Well, listen. I went on a journey. I went to a shopping mall, which I don't often do, and then I got swept away. Now, I didn't break my budget, but we were close. So we have a lot more stuff to reflect on than usual. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's talk about my first purchase. This one was actually in March, and I mentioned it. I did like a cut-in because I made this purchase after I had filmed the video for my budget check-in. But I did buy a mascara. It is the YSL Lash Clash Mascara. It was $25.92 with tax, but I do believe it's just $25. It might be more than that. No, it's $25. I think I had, because I think this is a $30 mascara, but I paid $25. I had like a $5 credit card reward. I need you to know that I pay off my Sephora card every time I use it. I just use it to get the points. That's like, you know, what they'll try to sell you. I don't think it's wise for you to open a Sephora credit card because it can be very dangerous. I did open this credit card after I learned my lessons about credit cards. So just be aware of that. I'm not trying to sell you the Sephora credit card, because I couldn't even sell the Sephora credit card when I worked at Sephora. Call back to another video, and I'm not even doing that on purpose. I did a why I quit Sephora video, so if you are new here and you didn't know I worked at Sephora and want to hear my detailed experience working at Sephora, why I quit Sephora is a good place to start to know when I'm referencing things. Anyway, bought the YSL mascara. I love this mascara. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think I'm done. I'm done looking for mascaras. And I'm not saying that it's going to be your favorite mascara, because what I love about this mascara is that it really separates my lashes. It gives me the drama that I want. And if I do a second layer, it gives me a little bit more drama. It starts getting a little bit clumpy, but one swipe is like kind of just enough for me. Like one swipe, my lashes look separated. I get the volume that I want, because it is a volumizing mascara at its core, but I do get some good length out of it. It's just a joyous treat for me to use, because the YSL Shock Mascara, which they discontinued, it was still available for purchase when I bought this, but I decided let's just start the process of finding a new favorite mascara. Here's the thing about me and mascara, is that I tried deviating and I thought maybe I would try a few mascaras, but I have this one. I like this one. And if I ever come across mascara that would potentially get sent to me in PR, then so be it. I will try it. But this will be the only one that I keep open that I buy, and I will buy this again. I just like it. I am not someone who even likes reviewing mascara. Like, I don't want to go on a mascara journey. That's not my journey. Something I say quite a bit. It's not my journey to go on this mascara journey. So if you were looking for me to be your mascara guide, go ahead. I don't know that I'm going to be that for you, but I also know mascara is like almost just as personal as skincare. Everyone likes something different. Now, I will say this. One of my subscribers and friend, now that she has been a subscriber, my friend Brittany, she bought this on my recommendation because she heard me talking about it in a video, but I hadn't like endorsed it yet. She used it. She said she had some flaking issues, but she really liked the formula, and she used a mascara primer, or like a lash primer, and it's been working way more successfully for her now. So that's a thing to always keep in mind, which I don't know that many people talk about a lot on BeautyTube. However, I'm going to, I will say it, is that if you have a mascara that you really like the formula of, except you see it flaking off by the end of the day, try a lash primer with it if you have one, or buy a really inexpensive lash primer to use underneath it, because that might do it. That might do the trick. That's what lash primers are for. They're supposed to help you when you have those kinds of issues with the mascara. I know that some people don't believe in that, and I get it. More steps. You know, I just talked about an essence in my last video, and everyone was like, if your skin's damp, it's going to absorb more product anyway, so who needs an essence? And I agree. I don't use an essence in my skincare, but I thought it'd be worth pointing out. So I'm not trying to sell you a lash primer. I'm just saying, if you like a formula all for everything except one thing, and that's the one thing, try a lash primer. Because I know that I'm not out here trying to try every mascara to see which one works. It's just like it's not it for me. It's not it for me. Anyway, this is really worthwhile. It's like in my permanent collection, obviously. I think based on what I've just said about mascaras, you understand that. But yeah, I'll be using this for the next 3 months, and then when this one's done, I will buy another. Although it's almost June, so at the end of June, July, I'll buy a new one. Because I try to stay on that 3-month rotation, baby. I really try. I try really hard to stay on it because I don't want anything yucky cucky up near my eyes, okay? That purchase was actually in March, but I did a February-March combo video, so that's how that got missed. Okay, moving along. Okay, this is a little more controversial. I made a purchase on M Cosmetics because I did this video where I just a bunch of blushes. It was a critical sass where just a bunch of blushes were coming into fashion, whatever. M Cosmetics released a limited edition shade called Persimmon, and I was like, that sounds like something I would like. I would like to have that persimmon. Well, I missed out. I didn't buy it in time, but I was like, everyone in my comment section had raved so much about the mineral, what is this called? The Heaven's Glow blushes. So I decided to try another orange blush from M Cosmetics. So I bought the Faded Clementine shade, and then it was around April Fool's Day, and so they had a promotion where if you bought anything, you could get a free serum blush, and I got the serum blush in Sunset Sky. So let's talk a little bit about this. These are some things I still am kind of undecided on. Okay, so these are still in my testing phase. I have not made the decision whether or not either of these two items will stay in my collection, but let me just talk about my experience thus far with them. So this is Faded Clementine. It's a really beautiful orange shade, and there are some micro glitters in here, and I'm not always opposed to a micro glitter, but I think I was really shocked to see it because I don't think anyone mentioned that in my comment section. Not that they would. They all love a beautiful product. They say, Tom, you might like this beautiful product. And I said, bet, let me try it. And the formula is really elegant. It does feel like it's a formula that feels really hard to mess up. And if you are familiar with the Hourglass blushes, it feels kind of similar to that. Like, it's not the same exact thing, but the ease of use, the ease of not overdoing it too easily is really well within the realm of this product's. It does that. It's just it's a really easy to use product. However, that micro shimmer really threw me for a loop, and it's a super inconsistent micro shimmer. So it looked more to me on my cheeks like fallout than I felt like it looked like something that was purposeful, and I didn't like that. So I'm not done testing it because I think I've only worn it twice, and the first time I wore it, I was like, okay, whatever about it, and the second time I wore it, I clocked the micro shimmers being a thing in it, and I was like, I think that's what I don't like, which is, again, it's just something unexpected. So I still have more testing to do with this, but if I were to make the call today whether or not I would keep this, I would say no. But it's not because the formula isn't nice, and it's not because the shade isn't nice. It's just those micro shimmers really aren't doing it for me. And that, you know, as someone who likes to be the glowiest of glows, it's normally not something that bothers me, but for whatever reason, in this formula, it does. Now let's talk about my little freebie. This is the Serum blush in Sunset Sky. This is kind of like a cult favorite product. And speaking of cults, have you seen what Michelle Phan has been posting on Instagram? That was some crazy stuff. So, you know, shop as you will, I guess, however you feel about what she's been doing, saying. I don't know. I'm not trying to make this is allegedly. I'm not a gossip channel, but I saw other content creators on Instagram reposting it because I don't follow Michelle on Instagram. I don't think I might follow M Cosmetics now because I bought something. Anyway, so I don't know anything about her, but I just saw those and I was like, sketch. Anyway, this Serum blush, the Sunset Sky. Now, if you had asked me before I bought these which one I was going to like more, I would have said definitely this one. And then I tried them and definitely I like this one more. Now I wanted to try this for a while because it is such a cult product and I've seen so many people talk about it, but particularly Kat of Beauty News, and her channel is called The Kitsch Niche, and I'll link that down below if you are interested in viewing Kat's channel. She has oily skin. I too have oily skin. I think she goes a little more matte with her products than I do. Like, I love a dewy face, even though I am oily. But she tried these, and she said they were really nice on her oily skin. And I was like, interesting, because, like, that's not normally Kat's gig. Kat's gig isn't normally that. So I tried it, and I love it. And it holds all day. Like, it stays on my skin all day. Now, you have to keep in mind when I am talking about glowy things, you really must, and this is advice to you when you hear me, and you need to keep this as part of your listening experience. I have short hair. So if something doesn't set down all the way, it's normally not an issue for me because I don't have hair that's going to fall in it. And very rarely do I find other things sticking to my face because of a tacky product like that doesn't set all the way. So I felt like this set all the way, but maybe someone else with longer hair would have a different experience with it. But I love this. I love this. Like, this product is like almost for sure gonna make it into my regular collection. Like, I like it. I like it a lot. So probably definitely going into my permanent collection. Mostly undecided, leaning that I wouldn't keep this and pass it on to someone else. And my M Cosmetics purchase, because I just paid for this one, with shipping, it was $42.39. I'm a little bit wishy-washy whether or not I include the cost of shipping in my payments, like in my thing, but I did in that case, because these are $34, I believe, and so I paid for shipping. I don't have problems with paying for shipping, so just know that. But whether or not I include them in the pricing is inconsistent. So I think it's just going to be honest about that. But that cost me $42.39. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about is the Rare Beauty Tinted Moisturizer. So I actually did a detailed review about that, so I will link that in the cards up above and in my description box down below if you're interested in seeing my thoughts on it. I'm going to go ahead and like do a slight spoiler. I really liked the product, but I actually have already passed it on. Now, I'm testing another foundation product. That one was sent to me in PR. And that video is coming shortly. We're doing a merit video. Meaning me. I always say it like you guys are like just here with me, doing it with me. But like, no, I will be doing the merit video and you will be watching it, but it will be something that we all talk about together. It's like a lot of fun for us. Anyway, so I have decided, here's like a spoiler alert on that video. I have decided that I like the Merit complexion stick, and in my collection, I'm really trying to get down to 4 foundation products. And I am not there yet, and I am trying to use up some things to get to that 4. But I think until I get to that 4, I'm going to rotate things out as I keep trying new foundations. Because foundation is, if there was anything that if I could exclusively review on my channel, it would be foundation. I love trying new foundations. Base is really where it's at. Like, I love an eyeshadow, don't get me wrong, but like, I want to talk about base products all day, every day. I want everyone's skin to look really nice. That's what I want. So that's my journey. That's like what I really want. So anyway, the Rare Beauty was in one of my final 4, right? It was like in my final 4, and then the complexion stick beat it out. So that's what happened. Anyway, I still think the Rare Beauty Tinted Moisturizer is a beautiful product, but I don't need it in my collection. So I passed it on to my friend Tiffany, who's occasionally on my channel, and sometimes podcast co-host, but that's news for another time. I did buy that one during the Sephora sale, and I don't know how long this runs, but I had like free Rouge 2-day shipping, but I stopped paying for that, so I won't be having that anymore. So my shipping was free. I didn't buy it in store, but it was $31.03 with the 15% discount. Another thing I bought during the Sephora sale at a different time, because it was out of stock when I went to buy it, when I was buying the tinted moisturizer from Rare Beauty, is the Bare Minerals bronzer. Now, that's actually what I have on my cheeks today. I did a very light dusting of it today. I bought this product because I swear to God, everyone on this platform, Teresa from Teresa is Dead, Kelly Gooch, State of Kate, Khaki Beauty, all 4 of them. Was that 4 people? I can't count. And yet here I am doing a video where I'm like, let me tell you about my budget. So don't trust anyone on the internet, folks. So anyway, I bought this because everyone was talking about it. And last year, whenever it was like a limited edition product, I don't know if it's just a limited edition product this year, but essentially last year everyone was like, get your hands on it while you can because it's like a beautiful product. And I was like, I don't think that's something that I need because I think Bare Minerals is like a pretty boring brand. Like that's like just not something that I'm that interested in. Well, this product shut me the right fuck up because it's like my fave. It's like my new favorite blush formula. Now, I would say it's more temperamental than this Heaven's Glow blush. It definitely is more temperamental than that because I do think that this one's a little more pigmented. However, someone bought this blush, and I think it was Meg. Hi, Meg. I think it was Meg. So, Meg, I applied it with a fan brush today, which I don't really ever use this. I just keep it around in case I find it. And I used that today, and I got a very nice application of it where you can still see it, but it doesn't feel like too much. So, Meg, maybe try a fan brush with it, because I actually really liked it. And then you can kind of control it a little bit more and build it up, because hopefully, well, my fan brush is not super dense, right? This is like a Morphe brush that I bought forever ago. I don't really support Morphe, so, but no judgment if you do. It's up to you. I don't care. But it's not very dense, so it doesn't pick up as much product. So it's a little bit easier to layer up. So try the fan brush. Anyway, shouts out to Meg. Thank you for commenting and asking, and I just did that for the first time today, but it really worked. Anyway, this is like, you don't need a highlighter. Does it replace a bronzer? For me, no. I think we learned during my Becoming Hannah Louise post video that I am not one to be trusted with just a blush product on my cheek. It doesn't look good on me. It's like not it. It's not my fantasy. But this is my fantasy. Because it is like supposed to be like a bronzer blush duo combo situation, it has just like a little more nuances to it than a regular blush does, and I love that. I love nuance. For a while there, I was calling myself a nuanced F-slur, and I'm not calling myself that anymore because then people started calling me a nuanced F-slur in my comment section. I was like, maybe we don't do that. Maybe we don't do that. We learn. We live, we laugh, we learn, and we love. And I still love the people who called me the F-slur in my comments because they weren't doing it maliciously, but you know, we gotta be careful. We gotta be careful about the things we say. And, you know, that was a really early learning experience for me. Anyway, I would buy this again. I'd buy this 1,000 times. This is definitely moving into my permanent collection, like, no holds barred. Okay, so I'm conflicted because, you know, watching Hannah Louise post them for as long as I have, which is like just a little over a year, but like really taking in a lot of the things Hannah says. It's like, I really want there to be more shades of this, but like, do I need to be the one who has the more shades of it? But I really like this formula. And I do have multiple shades of other formulas, but I'm trying to be like a little more considerate going forward because, you know, I will want to review new things and buy new things and touch new things. And those are all things that I'm very interested in whenever it comes to product. But it's just like, man, I think this product really nailed it for me. And this is Kiss of Copper, by the way. So this is like the orange one. If you're new here, hi, I love orange blush. I don't know if you've noticed, but, and here's why I kind of almost exclusively buy orange blushes. Because it's the one I'm gonna reach for. No matter the formula, I'm gonna reach for an orangey blush unless it's Desert Orchid from Pat McGrath. That's like the one exclusion where I'm like, I will wear Desert Orchid from Pat McGrath, which is like not quite orange. But it's like potentially almost on its way to orange. Anyway, beautiful product. But back to the bronzer. 100%. I like this. I dig. This I'm living for. I die. I live. I breathe. I come back again. Now, Do you need to buy this if you have nice blushes? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I wasn't expecting to like this as much as I did. And the first time I put it on, I swiped it on and I said, I get it. I get it. That's going to come up with another product I have here where like I put it on and I'm like, I get it. Like I get it. Like I fully get it. Like I get it. This is one where like I heard the hype, I tried it, and then I understood it. But of course no one needs a blush. Maybe some people need blush. So if you're someone who is in the market for a new blush and one of the 3 shades, because there's only 3 shades in this, speak to you, then I would say it's worth it. And not that it's inexpensive, because we all have different opinions on what feels inexpensive, but it is more of a mid-range price thing. It's $25 for the bronzer, which, considering some of my collection, does not feel like an egregiously high price for a blush, considering I'm sure this will last me a really long time. The bronzer cost me $22.95 with the Sephora sale. Moving along, I made a purchase from Friends Beauty. Friends Beauty is a cosmetics store in, I think, the Los Angeles area. Because I am a licensed esthetician, I can get pro discounts at some stores. So I don't have any stores in Pittsburgh that I can get a pro discount at, but in California, they have a lot of like big retailers that you can do that. So like Nigel's Beauty Emporium, Namie's, Friends Beauty, I can get discounts at all of them because I am a licensed esthetician. So I got a discount. I got some discounted stuff. So I bought the Chantecaille Future Skin Gel Foundation to review, and I love it, and it's really great. And if you want to see my review on it, you can look up there. Now, do you want to pay this much for a foundation? Maybe not, but I like it. I like it a lot. And it's like annoying because it's like 2 of my favorite foundations that are in my final 4 are over $75. This one's the more expensive one. This one's $82, I believe. But with the discount, mine was not $82. I believe that I paid like $60 some dollars for it. So also when you're watching that video, and I mentioned it in that video, keep in mind that like I did not pay full price for this. So it does kind of skew my opinion a little bit, because it's like, well, I might think it's worth $65, but if I bought it for $82, would I think the same thing? I probably would, but just like know that. Anyway, so I bought the Future Skin Gel Foundation and I said, yay, yay, yay. And this was already added into my permanent collection. I made that decision whenever I did the Chantecaille video. But if you want to hear all of my thoughts on it, like I said, I will link that video either above or down. Check somewhere. Shake it all about. Do the hokey pokey. I just mentioned that I buy a lot of orange blushes, but I did actually buy a cool toned blush with my Friends Beauty purchase, and it was one of the Jouer duos. This is the duo Croquette, and it comes with 2 blushes. There's like a darker purple shade and then this like more lavender shade, and I have yet to see a photo or even like on my camera right now that makes it feel like true to color when I have it in my hands, because I feel like this looks a little more pink than it does in real life, like on camera, but it's like lavender. It's like a very light lavender. Now, I have not played with this as much as my other blushes because, again, orange blush. But I did a cool tone look. I've done a couple cool tone looks on purpose to use this, and I really like the formula. Yep, the thing is, it's just like, do I like the formula, or is it just because these are colors that I don't have in my collection already? But if you think about it, like I couldn't have tried a cool tone bronzer because I don't like pink blush. That's a caveat. So if I'm gonna do a cool tone blush, it's gonna be something in the purpley family. And I just feel like I have yet to see a pink or purple blush that feels nuanced like this bronzer feels nuanced. This is also nuanced in a shade that I like to wear more on my cheek than, you know, pinky purples. So I've been enjoying this. I like the packaging a lot, actually. It's like, it's cute, right? Like everything about this experience is like pretty nice. Like it feels nice. It's nice in the hands. But just like, this isn't like my fantasy color-wise in blushes. However, I like wearing cool-toned eyeshadow, so I do need cool-toned blushes. Like that's a thing that I do need. So it's not that I don't love, like the formula's nice, but it's like I'm more on it than I was on like the bronzer. Like I haven't had any trouble with it, but I didn't swipe it on and go, hooray, hip hip hooray. I got discounts with both of these. The total for this was $79, and I think I got free shipping. I don't know if there's tax in that. I don't know if I made it 70. Anyway, so I put $79. We're just gonna believe past me. So if you're new to my channel, which there's a lot of you that are newer, and if you're watching this video, Merit actually sent me PR. This was like when I only had not only, but when I had 790 subscribers, they reached out and they said, do you want to do a video on Merit? We'll send you some PR and then we'll give you a affiliate link. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. So Merit sent me a couple products. They sent me the complexion stick and the shade 1990 in their signature lip. I got to choose both of those things. They didn't force me. Like they said, what from our range would you like to try? So I picked those two. And I liked them a lot. And I also want to do a more comprehensive video than just the things I got in PR. So I bought one more item and then I bought another shade of one of the items. Okay, so let's talk about it. So the Merit, I have the Merit Signature Lip in Slip that I purchased, and then the Merit Beverly Hills Cheek Color. The Merit, the Slip shade is like a warm, light brown. It's like, has a little bit of an orange tilt to it. But if you're not familiar with these, they're pretty sheer, but you can see them. Here's the thing about these. This is why I bought a second shade of them. Never have I ever swiped, and I mean this. When I say never have I ever swiped on a lipstick formula and gone, oh, I mean it. Like, I was like, oh. And so I got 1990, I tried it, and I was like, I think I need more of these. And the thing is, I'm not like a lipstick connoisseur, and I've done videos where I've mentioned this many times. Like, I don't feel like I'm a lip product person. Like, I do it because it's part of the polish and finish of a look, but like, I feel like it's more of a thing I do because I have to. Now, these Merit Signature Lips, spoiler alert for the Merit video, they're like my favorite lipstick formula, and if I could buy it in every shade I ever wanted, I would. But, you know, brown is kind of every shade I've ever wanted, and I have the dark brown and I have the light brown. But I swatched the shade Baby in a Sephora, and that's like a pink. And I've mentioned, like, pink on my face, like, not my favorite thing, which is, you know, however, you audience seems to really like when I put pink on my face. And so I had to both please myself sometimes and then also please you, the audience, by wearing pink. The pink thing is me. It's like a personal bias, but I love these lips because they're super moisturizing. They feel really nourishing. I like the sheer application, and you can add a little bit more, build up some color. You're not going to get like anything that feels like truly opaque and bold, but that's okay with me. Very rarely, by the time I put on my lip product, I've already done so much to the rest of my face that my lips can be not the star of the show. I have to purposefully pull out a lipstick first before I start doing my makeup if I'm gonna make that the thing. So I bought a second shade of that. I really like the Signature Lips. And then I also bought the Beverly Hills Cheek Color. I don't really know how to describe this color to you because it looks like it's one thing, and on your cheek it looks like another thing. At least that's been my experience so far. I'm gonna hold off on telling you my feelings on this for the Merit video, just because this is really the only thing that would be like a true surprise for anyone who watches my content regularly. I know you guys would probably gladly listen to me talk about anything multiple number of times, but we're gonna hold on to that one for then. The Merit Signature Lips, I can confidently tell you that they will remain in my collection. I think you probably could tell that based on what I just said, but if it's not clear. Those were a total of $57. I think I rounded up. $57 for the two of these. I bought them at a Sephora. Now, I'm not going to say that it's because of Hannah Louise Poston, because Hannah never gave this a raving endorsement. I just saw her use it a couple times, and I said, I'll try that. Now, this is my first foray into green color corrector. And every time I do it, I think it's not going to work as well as the last time it worked. But it does. And so I have like redness on my face. I just like have just redness, like slight redness, not even like a lot of redness. And I thought, well, this might be something because I've been really enjoying like lighter coverage foundations just to like balance out the redness a little bit, because I'm always applying a little bit more complexion product right on the peaks of my cheeks where like the redness still pokes through a little. And this really has changed the game as far as that goes. Now, does it have to be a Chanel color corrector? No, but I have a tendency to love a luxury product more so than I love a drugstore product. And that's my problem. That's me. That's me being a bully to myself and saying, isn't it better if you buy a more expensive one? Not always. That's not the truth. Some expensive products suck. And I have talked about them on my channel before too. But this one, I really kind of like. But knowing that, I have nothing else to compare it to. So when Hannah Louise Poston does her green color corrector video, I will be watching that with great interest because I am curious. But I have this one. I like it enough. I won't be replaced. Like like this is in my. I don't have anything else like this. So it's not really replacing anything in my collection. So I am like still testing this because I still feel like this can't be true, but it is true. So it works for me, but I don't know if that's going to be true for anyone. So this is more of like a me problem, like a me thing, like a me going on a spiritual journey with green color corrector than it is like a endorsement of this specific color corrector. Because if you already love a green color corrector, then there's no need, I would say, do what you love and love what you do. In the wise words of Ellie Goulding. This was expensive. This was pricey. And this was $45. So yeah, you don't need this, but I'm enjoying it. Ritual Defee did a sample, like a lab sample drop of something they're about to release. And this will be not my next foundation review, but the foundation review after that. And so it's called, as of now, it's called the Luminous Elixir 3-Drop Foundation. I haven't even started testing this yet. What I'm gonna actually do is wash my face and then actually apply this today. Ritual Defee pricing is pretty wild. So this was $34. And I think they're expecting to price this foundation at like $54. Now, having yet to try it, what I will say is that this cannot be the packaging of something that you're going to ask people to pay $54 for, because this is essentially in the same kind of squeezy bottle as the Glossier Skin Tint, which is a product I have used, and a product that is like, I don't know, what, $29, $25. So you're gonna have to do a little bit better than this, Ritual Defee. But video on this to come. Keep your eyes peeled. You might see it in a Let's Play with Makeup or not. I don't know. I don't know yet, but that's to come. Whether or not that stays in my collection is really yet to be seen. And then I will talk, I guess, a little bit. I got sent this Wonder Stick from Influencer, and I got the blushy kind, and mine is in the shade Coral, the shades Coral and Deep Peach. And so if you've not seen it, it's like a dual-ended blush stick. Now, they also have like a contour bronzer version of this product, but Influencer sent this one to me. So the thing about this is that it's just like not really in my normal realm of things. It's a drugstore product. It's like, but what I can tell you, I have only played around with it a handful of times. It's not an unenjoyable product to use, but having used more elegant formulas, I know personally that this is something that I would not regularly reach for. I'm kind of forcing myself to use it. Also, you've seen all of the blushes that I'm currently amidst, like, figuring out my feelings on, but I would rather reach for any of them over this one, kind of almost explicitly because I hate this packaging. Now, there are some drugstore products where the packaging has like an appeal to it. This just is very utilitarian. And I like my makeup to be an experience, so that's kind of my issue with this. So this really isn't like a review of this, but like the product works well enough. I never had it lift anything. I have found that it works really well with a brush. And I think I've also blended out with my fingers before, and I haven't had issues either way. The marketing and the box, the way they want you to use this is like this is really good for someone who's like a newbie to blush draping. So the deeper shade, they kind of want you to contour your face with it, where you would contour, and then they want you to use the lighter shade a little bit higher on your cheek than the deeper shade, and kind of create like a blush streak. I actually have done that with that product. It like works really well. I am not I guess like a novice blush draper, so in that aspect, that feature isn't like for me, you know, but not a bad product, but probably not a product that will stay in my collection. It will very likely leave my collection once I like finish my final thoughts, do all the stuff I need to do for Influencer, and move along. And also, if you're not familiar with Influencer, I'm sure you are if you're in this space, but Influencer is like you take surveys and occasionally you'll get the opportunity to try product, and you don't have to do like what I do. You can just have an Instagram, and you can also opt out of posting on socials because sometimes you just have to review things on Sephora. Sometimes you just review things on Ulta. So you kind of let them know how private you want to be in your reviewing of products. I have no problems posting things on my Instagram and whatever. So anyway, this is certainly a thing I have. Okay, that one was free. Okay, we should have reviewed the budget part and before I moved on to PR stuff. Okay, so at the beginning of April, I had $285 in my budget, and I used all but $6.72. And so if you're new here, every month, my money rolls over and I get $100 additional to spend. So every month I get $100 additional. So we're starting May with $106. I think I consciously, unless something truly sings to me, I think I want to make it through May sans purchasing, because I like to have a little bit more, like, and I think I like with what happened this month, where I like took a couple months off from like buying stuff, and then I like bought a bunch of stuff to like have more fun with. Now, I don't recommend this to everyone. This is just how I'm doing my budgeting, and you know, it's easier to grow your channel when you're talking about new things a lot, and I'm trying to do that within reason. And as you can see, like, I'm not keeping all of these. And when I pass them on to people, these are people who are going to use them a lot more than me. So I celebrate them taking them from me. Okay. In my budgeting videos, I do talk about what's leaving my collection. And while I'm not done testing all of this yet, like, there are some things that are leaning towards leaving my collection, I have two things. So I've been using this Tom Ford Cushion Foundation. It like dried out. It's like a little harder to get the product out. So I'm just like calling it on it. I'm not getting rid of this compact though. I really like this compact. So you'll probably see it on this piece of furniture behind me when I'm doing pink chair videos. A pink chair video. You guys know what I mean. You guys know what I'm talking about. And then I'm getting rid of this. This is the Estee Lauder Hydra Futurist Hydra Rescue. Now, I really liked this for a very long time. And then what had happened was I used this in my most recent Critical Sass video, and it felt so thick. So I'm thinking that I have kind of moved past the point of something that is so thick. This is nice. It is nice. It looks actually quite good on camera. It looks okay. It like looks a little less good in person. Not like bad, but like I can see that there is a market for this, but I actually don't think I can force myself to use the rest of this based on how it didn't feel good to put on. Not that it felt like it was turned or anything. It just like it felt heavy. It felt like heavy makeup, and like that's not a place that I'm willing to live in with my makeup. And I know some people that doesn't bother them, and I think it used to not bother me, but I have been trying what I feel to be more elegant formulas recently, and that means like primers, whatever, like all of those things. Whereas like where this like just doesn't fit into that realm of things on my face. So I think that this will be better suited off to one of my friends, so they can enjoy it. But I think that's all that's leaving. Oh, and the tinted moisturizer from Rare, which already has left. It's like scooped the coop. Flew the coop. I think that wraps up my April check-in for my budget. So if you made it to the end of the video, which I don't know why you would have, but if you're here, hi, and you aren't subscribed, why don't you? You had fun. Maybe. I don't know. You can tell me. Actually, don't tell me if you didn't have a good time. I don't want to know. But if you are new here and you made it to this far in the video, it seems like you like me enough to subscribe, so why don't you subscribe? And then whether you are new here or not, I would really appreciate if you like this video. And I am also, again, on Patreon if you want to support me there. Part of the $100 every month is gifted to me by my beautiful patrons, and I do 2 additional videos there every month. And any patron level gets you this 2 videos. So it's just like a really like we're all on the same playing field. We're all doing the same thing. It's just like whatever you have and would like to give me, that's up to you. And that's like if you want to give me anything at all. Being a subscriber and commenting and liking on my videos is plenty enough for me. That's just additional. But yeah, whatever isn't covered by them, the patrons, for the $100 is then covered by me and my real job, I guess. That's where that money comes from. What if I was just like, it comes from a tree or something like that? And then I would tell you all the secrets about my magic money tree. I don't have a magic money tree. That's why I'm budgeting. Okay, I appreciate you all so much for watching this video. And remember to follow your haute. And you will find me. Bye! Thrive!